The silent triggers behind IBD and how to heal naturally. Inflammatory bowel diseases, IBDs, including Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, are not just genetic. They're triggered by multiple factors that drive chronic gut inflammation. If you're struggling with flare ups, pain, digestive issues, it's time to look beyond medications and address the root causes. What's really driving chronic gut inflammation? Let's start with leaky gut and dysbiosis. An imbalanced gut microbiome and weaker intestinal barrier allow harmful bacteria and toxins to trigger immune system attacks, immune attacks. Our next one would be immune dysregulation and autoimmunity, really. A hyperactive immune system mistakenly attacks the gut lining. Multiple root causes for that. I usually go over foods with my clients. I usually discuss their other intake of supplements or medications or toxins, even in their everyday lifestyle, to figure out what could have been that root cause that triggered. Hidden infection is another one. Pathogens like they're thinking Mycobacterium map as a possible root cause. There are others. We're now thinking H. pylori could be also a hidden infection that triggers and linked to IBD. We see Candida. Epstein-Barr virus is now connected as a possible multifactorial link to IBD as well. Food sensitivities and gluten cross reactivity. That's such a common question I get from my readers of my book and the clients and followers. There is no one fits all avoid these foods, but gluten happens to be a very common trigger. Even healthy foods can trigger immune reaction in the leaky gut. So we have to know exactly what's affecting yours, and testing is always important. Next one would be mitochondrial dysfunction and oxidative stress. Energy production is impaired, leading to inflammation and tissue damage, and more inflammation. One of the triggers. Next one is nutritional deficiency. I am really big on this. I love when my clients test for micronutrient deficiencies. We see now in literature and studies that vitamin D, zinc, magnesium, omega 3s are all crucial for immune balance. And I've seen it from my clients' test results that there could be even dangerously low. So testing is very important, and having a really great plan is that important as well. Next on my list is environmental toxins and heavy metals. Glyphosate, plastics, mercury, they can all worsen gut inflammation. Looking for the toxins that you in your home, looking for those hidden possible triggers is that important to figure out if you're still not feeling great and you're on a good plan. Here are some labs that I recommend when you're looking to identify IBD root causes. And it starts with calprotectin that you typically now test with your general gastroenterologist, but also you could consider asking them to run calprotectin and lactoferrin. Those are markers for gut inflammation. Zonulin, it wouldn't indicate intestinal permeability or leaky gut. I love GI map test for my clients, and that identifies parasites, bacteria, yeast overgrowth, and inflammation markers. SIBO breath test, that's a tricky one because you always get false positives, false negatives, but it rules out bacterial overgrowth in the small intestine. That really needs to be for specific kind of clients or patients where you're pretty sure that there's methane involved, and you would run that test. Otherwise, that's left till the end. food sensitivity panel for IgG, IgA, and IgE to identify immune reactive foods, very important. Vitamin D, B12, magnesium levels, those we see as big deficiencies and very common in inflammatory bowel diseases. Check for those levels, replenish those nutrients, vitamins. It's that important. And you could actually feel so much better, and you'll know how you feel very soon. Especially we see that with B12 and D, mitochondria and oxidative stress markers. Anything from organic acid testing you could do, or coenzyme Q10 levels. You could test for those. I see a lot of my clients showing up with low CoQ10. It's an important nutrient to replenish. Also, we have mycotoxin or heavy metal tests. Mold and mercury toxicity can drive inflammation like crazy. If you still have the case where you've done everything right, you've tested and you replenished and you cleared and you put your microbiome is in a decent place and you're still not great, that could be that last test that can be the aha moment. Oh, that's what I have. Maybe it's the mold, and let's clear that up. So functional medicine approach to gut healing in IBD, and I wrote a book, Crohn's and Colitis Fix. You could upload it for free on my website, digestivereset.com. But the approach, it has 5 parts. Repair the gut barrier, L-glutamine, colostrum, depending on your dairy sensitivities, zinc, carnosine. You have certain types of healing herbs that can repair the gut barrier. Then you have balancing of the microbiome, probiotics, prebiotics, antimicrobials, herbs to remove dysbiosis. Number 3 would be reducing triggers, removing inflammatory foods to optimize digestion. Those are so important. 4 would be supporting that mitochondria and antioxidants like CoQ10, glutathione. They combat oxidative stress, so definitely consider testing and replenishing that to have that energy production. Next would be detoxify, support liver function, reduce toxin exposure, and as much as you're going to do the support and cleansing, you'll also need to make sure that removal process is there as well. This is Dr. Ina with your Digestive Reset and Melamed Institute. For my free book, visit digestivereset.com. Also, if you have any comments, drop those below. If you have any questions or want to schedule, you could do that directly on the website and take control of your health. Until the next time, enjoy.